In the 3rd century of Islam, the world of knowledge was alive. Ideas were debated, beliefs were examined, and faith was weighed with both intellect and devotion. It was an age of brilliance, but also an age where a single word, spoken carelessly, could place a soul on trial. And one day, a question was asked that carried the weight of eternity. A man entered a scholarly gathering and stood before Imam Abu Hanifa. His voice was uneasy, his heart was restless. He asked a question no one expected. "Tell me, Imam, is my neighbor still a Muslim?" The room fell silent. This was not idle curiosity. If this neighbor were to die, would he be washed as a believer? Would the janazah prayer be offered for him? Would he be buried among the Muslims? Imam Abu Hanifa did not answer immediately. Instead, he asked calmly, "Why do you doubt his faith?" And then came the accusations. 7 statements, 7 claims that sounded like clear proof of disbelief. The man said his neighbor claimed he had no faith in the signs of God that he could see. He did not fear God. He had no hope for paradise and no fear of hell. When he prayed, he did not bow or prostrate. He ate meat that was already dead. And worst of all, he said he hated truth and loved corruption. To the students listening, the case seemed settled. The evidence sounded overwhelming. They turned to the senior scholar among them, Qadi Abu Yusuf, who spoke with certainty. "This man cannot be counted among the believers." The scholars nodded in agreement, but Imam Abu Hanifa did not. He paused, he smiled gently, and then he spoke words that shifted the entire room. "Have you forgotten," he said, "the command to think well of the believers? Even if 99 parts of a person's faith appear corrupted, as long as one part remains sound, we are not permitted to cast them out." Then he said something even more startling. "I am pleased with what you have described. I wish every believer possessed such a creed." The room fell into stunned silence, and then, step by step, Imam Abu Hanifa unveiled the wisdom hidden beneath the surface. First, the claim that the man had no faith in the signs he could see. This was not denial of God's power. It was rejection of a faith that comes too late. Like Pharaoh, who believed only when drowning, when belief could no longer save him. This man wanted a faith like that of Moses, belief before the sign, certainty before compulsion. Second, the claim he did not fear God. This was not arrogance, it was certainty. He knew God had the power to judge unjustly, yet God promised to judge with absolute justice. He feared no injustice from his Lord because he trusted his perfect balance. Third and fourth, no hope for paradise, no fear of hell. Paradise and hell are creations. They hold no authority of their own. Only the Creator decides who enters them. This man placed his hope and fear not in creation, but in the one who commands it. Then came the 5th accusation. He prayed without bowing or prostrating. What the students saw as an incomplete prayer, Abu Hanifa recognized as a complete one. The janazah prayer, performed standing, without bowing or prostrating. Perhaps this man was constantly fulfilling the communal obligation of praying for deceased Muslims everywhere, just as the Prophet, peace be upon him, prayed funeral prayer for the Negus in Abyssinia while standing in Medina. The 6th accusation followed. He ate dead meat. But the Prophet, peace be upon him, made lawful 2 kinds of dead meat, fish and locusts. This was not rebellion, it was jurisprudence. And then came the final accusation, the most severe. He hated truth and loved corruption. But which truth? The Qur'an says, "The stupor of death comes with truth.
Who loves the agony of death? And which corruption? Your wealth and your children are a trial. Who does not love their children? What sounded like disbelief was in reality deep understanding. When Imam Abu Hanifa finished, no one spoke. The scholars realized their mistake. They had judged by appearance, by wording, by haste. But wisdom demands patience. It demands searching for goodness even where contradiction appears strongest. Finally, Imam Abu Hanifa spoke. His creed is sound, and his faith is a lesson for us all. The gathering ended not with certainty, but with humility, because true wisdom is not found in how quickly one judges, but in how deeply one understands.